living alone for for a long time, possibly until the end of my life. I have no way out at this point, to be honest. I don't know what to do at this point. The only thing I can do is basically feel better about myself and basically distract myself from thinking negatively about my life. Because I know it's difficult. Life does get very difficult. Life gets more and more difficult. So anybody who's telling you that life gets easier is basically either extremely fortunate or they're lying. Yeah, I don't know what to do at this point. It's not like I'm dying or something. I have a place to stay. I have food. I have supplies. I have everything I needed at this time, up to this point. So I'm just pretty much lonely, to be honest. And it's difficult for me to find somebody who I can be with. It's really difficult at this point. It's really, really difficult. I've tried everything I could, and I could not get it done. I could not get it done. So it's just the way it is. Nothing cheers me up anymore at this point. Nothing cheers me up. No amount of money can improve. Maybe like an astronomical amount of money, but right now, like no amount of like incremental money will improve my quality of life at this point. It just does not help anymore. Because money only buys you junk once you have had enough. You have a place to stay without being fearful of getting kicked out and stuff. You have enough food to eat. You have a cell phone that you can use. That's good enough, to be honest. What else do you need, you know? All else are just basically useless crap. So there is nothing that I need that money can buy right now. You know, money only helps up to a certain point. Afterwards, I just don't wanna. Afterwards, like after you hit a certain point, any incremental amount of money does not yield much improvements on your quality of life. Well, you know, it's very difficult to survive the loneliness, to be honest. Hematel Christoph. It's very difficult to survive the loneliness. The chronic loneliness and the sense of desperation is my primary problem at this stage of life, you know. I'm getting into my 30s, you know. I'm getting old. The average lifespan of a man is around 72 to 73, you know. No matter how much you try, sometimes everybody will revert to the mean, you know. we usually die on average at the age of 72 to 73. So I've basically spent, hey Louis, hey That Spicy. So basically, at a certain point, you know, at I don't know about you guys. At my age, I pretty much have lived half of my life already, you know. I'm pretty much done for at this point, you know. I'm pretty much done for. I have lived pretty much half of my life. So, am I happy? No, I'm not happy, you know. I'm not happy. I'm not happy about life, you know. Cause I'm lonely, you know. There's nothing I can do about it, you know. At this age, you know, I get tired all the time. I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to, you know, do the bullshit. You know, I'm not interested in the hobbies and the bullshit, you know. And to be honest, you say changing is always good if you're not happy. The problem is once you reach my age, I'm not sure how old are you. You realize that like there is nothing you can do about nothing in life. Like basically, wherever you try to go, like first, like if you change certain things about your life, like sometimes you're not willing to change, you know. Sometimes you're just not willing to change. Cause it like you don't have the energy to change anymore, you know. Like at this point, I sleep 12, 13 hours every day cause I don't want to wake up, you know. I really don't want to wake up. I have no interest in waking up, you know. I don't want to wake up, you know. I just want to sleep as long as I could, and I really don't want to wake up. And yeah, I'm of course I'm depressed. I don't think like I'm definitely on the spectrum of depression, but like there's nothing I can do about it, you know. What can I do? You know, I don't have any, you know, I don't have nothing that makes me happy anymore, you know. I basically have tried all the food I could try. I've done everything I could do, you know. Cannot find me a partner. Cannot find me a GF. Hello, Siwo. So basically, there's nothing I can do about nothing, you know. You can tell I'm not good looking. You can tell I'm pretty ugly, you know. I'm not a good looking person. I know that. I know I'm not good looking. So it's very difficult for me to get anywhere at this point, you know. I got enough, you know, like materialistically I have enough. I have my place to stay. I have my little car. I can be driving around whenever I wanting to go to different places. And you know, the food, you know, how much, what kind of food can you like? You can't eat at fancy steak dinners every single night. You get tired of it, you know. I get tired eating steaks for at least like 7 days, you know. Like after I eat a big steak dinner, I don't want to go back to eat it again for at least 7 days, you know. Like food only like satisfy you up to a certain point. And then food gets really spending a lot of money on fancy restaurants and food, it really does not add up eventually. Because you don't feel like you're getting a lot of value. Yes, you get like fancy seafood, lobster, steaks, and all the bullshit. all the shebangs. But yeah, wait a minute. I think I have neighbors on top of me. They came back. I usually, the neighbors who live on top of me, they usually don't like come back until it's winter. So I can hear that they're dropping something on the ceiling, which is okay, you know, because most of the year they are not here, which I'm perfectly fine with. Yeah, thank you, Mateo Christoph and DSB. Thank you. Thank you guys for coming here and listening to me rambling. Yeah, like, okay, so let's talk about old friends. The problem with old friends is that you can never regain the friendship that you had when you were a kid. Like, you can still contact them. They know you are their friends, but like, you can never like grasp that like pure sense of friendship as you were a kid anymore. Like, for example, I had a friend who I knew all the way back when I was like 4 years old. But eventually, like, I tried my best to like hang out with him. And I hang out with him, I swam with him, you know, we do a lot of stuff. We ate together when he visited down here from a different city. I grew up in a different city far away. And when he visited close to where I live, I took a high-speed railroad to where he lives, and we hung out. But like, the problem is that you will find eventually as you age, the friendship, like as individuals that develop into different personalities, like, it's difficult to find common grounds at certain points anymore. For example, he loves motorcycling. He spent a lot of money to buy a motorcycle. I hate motorcycling, you know. I would never put myself into riding any kind of motorcycles. I took motorcycle lessons, but it's very dangerous, you know. Like, he bought a motorcycle before he even bought a car. And his city snows for at least 6 months in a year. I couldn't bring myself up of doing that. I would definitely buy a proper vehicle for commuting first before I go anywhere else. So he is kind of still in his like young and wild and free phase. Yeah, but yeah. So what I'm trying to get at is that basically it's never possible. Eventually friendship diminishes because individuals go different routes. That's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah. No. By the way I look, you know, just by the way I look, I don't think I'm gonna get any girls. Yeah, it's just the way it is. But anyways, any girls who is watching, reach out to me. I'm definitely interested. I am interested. Dude, I've traveled to all kinds of places, you know. I've traveled everywhere. And it's pointless, you know. First, you realize that it gets old. You basically go to a place, you live in a hotel, you see some bullshit landscapes and sceneries, and you get tired of it, you know. You get tired of it. In traveling, you fear of getting your shit stolen all the time, you know. I don't feel safe in any like major cities in the West, you know. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe anywhere in the large cities. I don't feel safe in New York City. I don't feel safe in San Francisco. I don't feel safe in LA. I don't feel safe in any major cities. I don't feel safe in Paris. You know, I don't feel safe in anywhere in any big cities in Europe. You know, I just don't feel safe. There's too many sketch things happening. Too many robberies, phone snatchings, stabbings. You know, I don't have time for that anymore. You know. And traveling is very exhausting because if you travel alone, I have nobody to travel with. I can travel with my mom and I can travel with my dad, but that feels like you are basically doing a chore, you know. You're not genuinely traveling because you got to take care of your mom and take care of your dad and stuff. like traveling by yourself, you know, it gets really lonely, to be honest. I went to Macau, Macao. I went to Macau last month, and it gets lonely, you know. When I'm eating at the fancy restaurants by myself alone, it feels really bad. I feel really bad about myself, you know. I feel really lonely, you know. Like when you're eating by yourself at a restaurant, you constantly think about like who you could be eating the restaurant with, and what kind of precious like what kind of like amazing time would it be if you actually eat it with somebody you love, you know. But you like eating at a restaurant by yourself really sucks, you know. Eating yeah, like let me adjust my camera. 1 minute. 1 minute. Like eating by yourself really sucks, you know, especially at a nice restaurant, because you constantly think that, you know, you could be enjoying this time with somebody you love, you know. But I have nobody that loves me, you know. That's the fucking problem. That's the problem, you know. Like basically, so eventually I don't feel happy eating by myself at restaurants anymore, you know. I don't feel happy because I'm lonely, you know. If you eat at a restaurant by yourself, you feel terrible. You feel terrible about yourself. 1 minute. Taking a leak. You don't feel good about yourself, you know. You don't feel good about yourself when you're at a restaurant. Sometimes you do have time to enjoy the food, but like eventually you don't feel happy about yourself. Because you have nobody to share the moment with, you know. I used to not understand that when I was 10 years younger. I used to not understand that. I used to think that who gives a shit, the food is the food. But like when you're alone at a restaurant, like you sometimes feel very sad about that specific situation. You feel sad about it. Because you have nobody to talk to. So when I'm eating at the restaurant, I just like get the dishes served and I just play with my phone while eating. That's basically what it is. It's no different than eating takeout. The food is definitely usually slightly better or a lot better than eating at takeouts. But the loneliness is there. The loneliness is there. Let's see. Yeah, so basically, when you are lonely, like you get slammed with this emotion for hours. I'm not even joking. It screws you up. It screws you up. When you are lonely, it slams you. It screws you up for hours and maybe the whole day. Like you have zero good mood. You are in a shit mood for a whole day, you know, because you're lonely. And you know that you are screwed. I know I am screwed, you know. I'm definitely screwed. Cause you know, I'm pretty ugly, you know. I have no delusions of that, you know. So it gets lonely, you know. It gets really lonely. It sucks, you know. And you suffer for a whole day, like because you know you are not gonna be loved, you know. That's the way it is. Yeah. You know you're not gonna be loved, you know. Cause what happened is that except my parents, nobody still loves me, you know. Nobody loves me except my parents. Nobody loves me except my parents. Only my dad and my mom still loves me, you know. Nobody loves me. Nobody likes me, you know. Nobody genuinely, I'm not talking about like, yeah. Basically, you know, it's just the way it is, you know. It gets lonely, you know. It gets lonely. It sucks. The feeling, the down feeling, like when you get that feeling hits you, you get tired and depressed for at least 4, 5, 6 hours at once, you know. It just feels terrible, you know. Yeah. Yeah, you know, like, it's just the way it is. You know, talking to you guys makes me feel better, to be honest. I genuinely don't care about like self improvements and stuff. I'm really over that. I'm so exhausted, you know. I don't want to deal with all the self improvements, you know. I don't want to change anything at this point. I'm old, you know. I'm approaching my 30s eminently. I don't have time to work out anymore. I don't want to do anything for anybody at this point, you know. I get so exhausted. At this point, I just want to basically chill in my cave, basically do absolutely nothing, sleep until my skull hurts. I don't like socializing, to be honest. I'm a serious introvert, you know. I don't like socializing. I did not make a single friend in college. I made two friends, all guys. I did not make like any female friends in college. Not a single one of them. Not a single one. I made like half a handful of guy friends in college. But I've never had any romance. I've never had any luck in college. Any luck that I've never had any legitimate luck in college. So college sucked. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like it's complicated, you know. It's I think it has to do with the metaphysics. Like, what like even if I'm probably not the ugliest person out there, and there are definitely people who are uglier than me who get girlfriends. But somehow I have nothing. Like the result just turns out to be terrible for me, you know. Like, what I'm trying to say is, there are definitely people who are uglier than me who got girlfriends. But for me, I get absolutely nothing. I get absolutely zero, zilch, nada. I get nothing. I think it's just the arrangements of God, to be honest. At this point, I just think Hashem. It's all the works of the Hashem. If Hashem wants me to be single, there's nothing I can do about it. If the Adonai wants me to be single, there's nothing I can do about it. No matter how hard I try. The problem is, if you talk to them, if you talk to the girls, they don't like you. They turn you away. You know, their facial expressions will, they'll let you know that they don't want to talk to you. They will let you know. You know, eventually you get tired of it. You get sick of it. You get sick. You get sick of being rejected, man. You get sick of being rejected. You get sick of it, man. I'm done. I'm done with it. You know, I don't want to make myself uncomfortable anymore, you know. I'm past that age. I genuinely don't want to make myself uncomfortable anymore. I'm exhausted, man. I'm so done with life. I only want to make myself comfortable. I want to take care of my mental health. Because constant rejections never improve your mental health. It destroys your mental health. It destroys your well-being. It destroys your sanity. But like, to be honest, talking about this stuff makes me feel better, you know. I don't care. talking about my pain does, in a sense, make me feel less painful. It really do be like that. Life sucks, to be honest. Life sucks for me. Like in this specific aspect, I'm not saying life as a whole sucks. You know, I have my own place. I'm pretty happy. Um, I have a car to drive around to go from A to B. I don't care about cars. You know, I really don't. I really hate anything that has to do with cars. I drive an EV. You know, I drive a battery EV. I drive a BEV, and I love it, to be honest. Yes, the downsides of the BEV is that the range is short. So I have a BYD. I have a BYD Seal U. BYD Seal U. And the range, the factory range, which is completely bullshit, is 502 kilometers for the range. But the actual range in my real day-to-day driving on the highway is at most 350 kilometers. So basically, it can at most achieve around 70% of the freeway driving from the so-called CLTC, the bullshit, the factory labeled range. But still 350 is good. You know, it's good enough for me. You know, I don't care. I'm not gonna drive like 350 kilometers every single day. And whenever I return from my, whenever the battery falls below, like say 45, I'm just gonna charge it up. I'm gonna charge it up. I have a public garage down below my condo, and I can just charge the BYD up at the public charger. You know, unfortunately, I could not install my own charger because nobody can technically purchase the parking spot. You can only rent the parking spot. So all the BEV owners of the condominium complex share, I think they share like 18 public chargers scattered in groups of 6 across the condominium complex. But yeah, like I really don't care much about cars. I just need a vehicle to take me from point A to point B. That's good enough. You know, I really don't give a shit about like luxury cars. That's pure scams. You know. A long time ago, I used to drive a 2007 Toyota Camry. That was 2007 Toyota Camry, yeah. I drove a 2007 Toyota Camry in 2015. The car got into an accident. It was totaled. And I had another vehicle. It was a 1994 Dodge Ram B350 van, cargo van. It was pretty good. But the car broke down and I junked it. And my third vehicle was a 2016 Hyundai Tucson SE. It was a very nice vehicle I had. I like that car. That car was made in South Korea. I paid $22,000 brand new for that Hyundai back in 2016. I love that car. That car had basically very few issues to no issues. I sold it in 2020 because I had to move. I also bought a 2000 and I also in 2017 or I think 2017. In 2018 I bought a 2000 Mercury Grand Marquis GS, I think. I bought that in 2017. I drove it for a year and it broke down. I could not fix it by myself. It broke down once and I changed the alternator. And then it broke down another time. I think the starter was bad. So I wanted to replace the starter with my friends, but I could not. I just don't have that manual. I just don't have that manual skill to repair that vehicle without like a proper rotary jack. I don't have all those shebangs and stuff. I could not afford to pay for mechanics and shit. So that car was junked. And I have not been driving. I did not drive any car from 2020, from November 2020 to all the way to February 2023. So I didn't drive for almost 3 years. And then I came back to my parents' city. They live in a very cold city in the northeastern part of the country. And they drove a Honda CR-V. They drove a 2009 Honda CR-V till today. And it's been 3 years I've not been driving, so like when I held the steering wheel, I felt so nostalgic, man. I felt so happy. Like a man, yes, I don't like cars, but you gotta have a car. Like when you have not been driving for 3 whole years, and then you start driving again, you feel really, really strange, and you feel happy. You feel strange because you have not been driving for so long, and then all of a sudden you have a vehicle to drive. And in late 2023, my mom helped me to buy the BYD CLU make year 2023, and that was pretty nice. So now I have a car to commute with. So basically, you have a car to commute from point A to point B, and you have a place to stay as a man, and you have food to eat. You have money to buy food. That's pretty much it. You know, that's all a man needs. That's all a man needs. What does a man need? A man needs a place to stay. A man does need a shelter, you know. All those living in the vehicles, they don't work, you know. A man needs a proper place. It does not need to be big. It just needs to have a proper bathroom. It needs to have a proper kitchen. It needs to have a proper living room. And it needs to have a proper bedroom. That's it, you know. That's all a man needs. Besides a partner, you know. The partner side, there's nothing I can do about it, you know. I have no luck with women. I have absolutely no luck with women. And that's going to probably be my fatal flaw of my life. And that's going to be the single thing that destroys my mental health and my sanity of my life, throughout my life. I have everything I needed, you know. A man does not need nothing besides, say, a place of abode, money to buy food, maybe a car, and a partner. I have all three, just not the partner part. So that's gonna be literally that's gonna be the straw that breaks the camel, you know. That's gonna be the straw that breaks the camel. That is the straw that breaks my sanity, and that's the straw. Yeah, exactly, you know it. It's freaking difficult. It's difficult, you know. I don't even want to get married, man. I don't want to get married, man. I don't want kids, you know. I don't want kids. Like, I don't mind having kids, but I don't want kids. I don't even want to get married, man. I just want a partner, man. It gets too lonely, man. It gets way too fucking lonely, man. It gets lonely, man. It kills you, man. It tortures you. It tortures you on a daily basis and on an hourly basis, man. It tortures you. It tortures your mind. The loneliness, the absence of a partner, it screws you up, man. It screws you up, man. Yeah, I know, like, if I really, like, get to that level of desperation, I could technically go to the pay-to-play, you know. I technically could do the pay-to-play. But to be honest, you know, like, I really could not bring myself up to doing that yet, you know. I'm not that desperate. Yes, I'm very desperate, but I'm not there yet, you know. I'm not there yet. And on another side is that, like, you know, like, it's sketch, you know. I just feel like it's sketch. I know you can pay to play, but it's like sketch, you know. I just think it's like sketch. Until that industry can progress into a level of cleanliness, like as if you are going to get a professional massage. Like, until, like, it can become an industry that is, like, as easy as if I'm ordering a takeout. For example, I order takeouts basically every day. It's nice, it's clean, it's perfectly fine, it's easy. You use the app to select the restaurants you want to order from, choose the dishes, pay the money. After 30 minutes, after 45 minutes, the guy comes, knock on the door, you pick up the food, and you begin eating. I really wish the industry, the pay-to-play industry, you know, can become as white-gloved as the current industry for the takeouts, you know. It needs to be clean. It needs to be legal. It needs to be white-gloved, you know. It needs to be white-gloved. It cannot be like sketch. Like, I really don't want to deal with a sketch. So it gets lonely, you know. Life gets lonely. Life gets lonely, especially, you know, like, your mind will play tricks on you if you live by yourself for an extended period of time. Your mind will play tricks on you. Yeah. Now, at this age, you know, I'm done with self-improving, man. I'm old. I'm not young anymore. I'm in my 30s, man. I'm old. I have had enough paying. I have had enough making efforts, man. I'm exhausted, man. Yeah, like, I'm old, man. I had that. I know what you're talking about. I had that energy in my 10s and my early 20s. The moment you hit 26, I say. The moment you hit 26. No, the moment you hit 25. 24, 25. The moment you hit 24, 25, you realize that you're done with the shit, man. You are done with the bullshit. The moment you hit 25, you don't want to deal with all the bullshit of life anymore. You just want to hide by yourself in a small cave. Just chill. And I don't even, to be honest, dude, you have no idea how I spent my 20s. I used to love gaming so much. I used to love gaming. I played GTA 5. That was back in 2020 when the pandemic just began. Epic Games just released the free-to-play for the GTA 5 for a limited period of time. And my good friend, he came to me and said, "Hey, you need to get the GTA 5 because it's free. It's free to purchase on Epic." So I got the GTA 5. And dude, that was the funnest game I've ever played in my whole life. I played that shit all day, every day, for 10 hours at once. For at least 3 years, I played that game, 10 hours a day. But in 2023, late 2020, early 2024. No. I went to Japan. I took a 3-month trip to Japan in 2024. I played that game every day. But the moment I came back from the Japan trip, I lost interest in gaming. I couldn't play games anymore. You see, my laptop is stowed away. My laptop used to be right in front of me, in front of the sofa, so I can play the game as soon as I wake up. As soon as I wake up, I used to have that huge interest playing the game on the laptop. But then I just lost interest. I lost interest playing games anymore. Then I also tried to play some mobile games like League of Legends Wild Rift, PUBG, Player Unknown's Battleground on mobile. Because, laptops suck. I hate playing PCs anymore, man. Like, PCs are really... I hate playing PCs. Like, I don't even turn them on anymore. I used to play PCs every single day. Right now, I don't even turn the PC on anymore. Because, like, all the Windows bullshit, man. I just hate even using PCs anymore. I only use my phone nowadays. I only use my iPhone nowadays. And, the mobile games, they also suck, like League of Legends. I don't like that game, MOBA sucks, You basically play the game. It's like it's so small. Everything is so small when you're playing MOBA. You couldn't see nothing. Like, you get tired of it. And you couldn't leave, My attention span is like at most 2 minutes, My attention span is very short nowadays. I cannot bring myself to constantly just stay at that little screen thing playing MOBA for like 20 minutes, It's exhausting. Yeah. I want to see graphics, man. I want to see graphics. That's why I used to play Overwatch a lot. I used to play Overwatch for at least 10 hours a day. 10 hours a day in 2018. I play that game all day, every day, man. All day, every day. I cannot play Call of Duty or Overwatch anymore. Because my eyes, I get motion sick. I get really uncomfortable. My eyes hurt playing even like more than 20 minutes of FPS. Like, my 30-year-old eyes just cannot handle FPS anymore, It just cannot handle the FPS. Yeah, like I just could not play any kind of, like, games with, like, a lot of motion anymore, I'm not sure you feel it. Even back in 2018, when I played the Overwatch, I get motion sick, I get severe motion sickness, I get motion sickness. I couldn't, like, play that kind of game anymore. I get motion sick even playing PUBG on the phone. Like, I get really, really motion sick playing the mobile phone, playing the PUBG on the mobile phone, cause like the jarring graphics, cause like it's not 100% fluid, as you are playing say you are playing Overwatch, you get like 120 hertz. It's 100% fluid. But I do get motion sick, I get severe motion sickness playing mobile games. Playing any game, I don't like playing any games anymore, I sometimes play Uncharted Waters Origin. But like it's a boring game, I get tired of it after like 5 minutes, I get tired of that game after like 1.5 minutes, I get tired of it. There's nothing in this life that interests me anymore, I'm done with the bullshit, man. I'm tired of the bullshit. There's nothing in this life that makes myself that interests me anymore. I don't like pets, man. I don't like dogs, man. Just gonna be honest with you. I don't want to lie anymore. I don't like pets. I don't like dogs. I don't like cats. I don't like any animals, man. I know I'm an animal too.
I just don't like pets, you know. They're just a nuisance, you know. Pets are fucking nuisances. Pets are just a nuisance. Pets are just a nuisance. I don't want to waste my time dealing with it. My mom has a cat. It's a lot of work. You're gonna need to trim the nails, and you're gonna need to clean the cat litter, which is a horrible experience. I don't like cleaning the cat litters. I don't like to clean anybody's litters. You know. I hate cleaning cat litters, man. It sucks. And you're gonna have to feed the cat. And you need to really take care of the nutrition for the cat. If you don't give the cat like certain kinds of cat food with nutrition, the cat will have will grow like weird like stuff like the cat my mom has this like sore, this like canker sore thing on the nose of the cat. It took and they tried all sorts of different kind of creams and gels and stuff. It took at least 3-4 months until they found the right treatment, and then the canker sore, the whatever sore thing on the nose, the boil on the nose was recovered, and the hair began to grow. So it's a lot of work to take care of pets. It's not worth it. What do I like? I would definitely like myself a partner, you know. I would love to get myself a girlfriend, man. That's the only thing I really want. I want nothing else in this life, in this human life, besides a girlfriend. Because you know what I mean? It's like if you don't get a girlfriend by the time you're 30, you're freaking stuck. You're stuck in a dungeon. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you buy a car, yes, you can advance to the next level of the dungeon. You buy a property, yes, you can advance to the next level of the dungeon. And yes, you learn this language, you learn that language, you travel to Japan, you travel to Portugal, you travel to France, you travel to the US. And that, yes, you gain some experience, you move to the next level of the dungeon. But without a girlfriend, you are shit out of luck. You are stuck at that dungeon. There is nowhere else to go. It doesn't unlock you to the next level of the dungeon. You are stuck. You are screwed. You're done for. You're over with, you know. Because there is nothing else. Because you are basically stuck at that stage in life. You know what I mean? What do I mean? Like basically, doing certain things in life will unlock you to the next level of the dungeon. But without a girlfriend, man, yes, you can do all other quests, but eventually, all other quests gets boring because you've done them all. You know, you've done them all. All other quests become boring. You've done them all. You traveled. You had pets. You drove. You ate at restaurants. You bought nice things. You bought new iPhones. You bought watches. It gets boring, you know. It gets really boring. You're done with it, man. You're done with it. You just couldn't advance anymore at my age of life. You cannot advance in life anymore. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. Yeah, I know, it sucks. It sucks, man. It sucks. It's just the way it is. I want to have a girlfriend, but you know, there's no guarantee that I can keep it. There's no guarantee that I can keep it. You know? Wanting a person is one thing, and keeping a person is 100 times more difficult. I wouldn't say 100. Even getting a girlfriend is already more difficult than trying to get a fucking PhD nowadays, you know. Keeping that person in the loving relationship is even more difficult. It's even more difficult, man. It's even more difficult. So sometimes I think I'm cursed, man. I'm cursed. I'm cursed regardless, man. I think I'm cursed. Just the way it is. I am cursed. What can I do about it, you know? What can I do about it? There ain't nothing I can do about nothing nowadays. At my age, there ain't nothing I can do about nothing, you know? No amount of money changes my circumstances. It don't matter anymore. No amount of money improves my quality of life anymore. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm not alone. I'm pretty sure I'm not alone. There are definitely people like me. But a lot of people, they either lie about it or they swallow it. They don't share their difficulties. They swallow it. They suppress it. They hide it. They what do you call it? They stow it away. But the fact is that they cannot hide truth, you know. It's just the way they cannot hide truth. I don't like lying, man. I hate lying as a person, man. I will do anything I could to not lie, man. I really hate lying. I just hate lying. Lying sucks, man. Lying is a very disgusting behavior, man. I hate lying, man. I hate lying. I'd rather be poor. I mean, I am not rich, man. I'm not rich. I'd rather be the way I am than lying, man. I just don't like lying. I hate working too, man. I hate working, man. I hate working. Working really sucks, man. I hate working for anybody. Working is really disgusting, man. I tried different jobs in the past, man. I hate it. I hate jobs, man. I just hate jobs, man. I really hate working. Working is one of the things that I hate the most. I hate work more than the fact that I hate the fact that I'm not getting any girlfriends or any partners. I just hate working, man. I hate work. Work sucks, man. It screws you up. It treats you like a slave, man. I hate working, man. I just hate being forced to do things I don't want to do. I hate jobs, man. I hate jobs. I don't care about clothing, man. My mom bought this hoodie for me back in 2022. I don't give a shit. I don't buy nothing, man. I don't buy clothing anymore. And no amount of clothing. I don't care about clothing, man. I like some of the t-shirts, most of the clothing. Like, I never buy new clothing by myself. If my mom forces me to buy new clothing, then I'm okay with it. I'm gonna accept that she wants to buy something for me. But I never buy new clothing for myself. It's pointless. It's a waste of money. I don't buy anything besides a new phone, a new iPhone. Cell phone is very important because, you know, I used to use Android, and to get yourself a good phone does improve your quality of life. But anything else besides the phone, they're shit. They're worth nothing. Watches, who in their right mind still look at watches nowadays, you know? It's useless. Unless you're in the military or something, or like you are just like or you like work at a casino, or you have to constantly look at what time is it. There's absolutely 0 point to own a watch. Apartments, we only have one single small body, you know. We only have one body. We don't need two properties. We don't need it. We just don't need it. We only need one single place to call home. We don't need a secondary place. We only need one single place to call home. So I'm happy enough living at the little place I live in. It's not good. It's not beautiful. It's not luxurious, but it's good enough for me. It's enough. It houses my little body. It houses my tiny self. It shelters me from the rain and the snow. It's good enough. So there is nothing else to buy anymore. The cell phone has replaced everything and anything. I don't even use laptops anymore. Because I can do my budgeting on the cell phone, you know. I can check my email on the cell phone. I can check the Google Docs on the cell phone. I can check the Google Sheets on the cell phone. I can take pictures on the cell phone. And I can check all the social media on the cell phone. I can check the time, use the calculator, use the financial calculator, talk to people, contact my parents. Everything can be done on the cell phone alone. Yeah. Let me see what my parents are up to. Okay, I'm a comment. I'm a call my parents. Okay, talk to you guys in a little bit. Subscribe to me if you. I'm gonna go live more often for sure. Subscribe to me, to my channel, and love. Have a good rest of the day. I will come back.